completely out of control with just, I mean, you're kind of just flying by the seat of your pants, and about every 10 or 15 seconds you maybe feel a little bit in control, but between that time you're on a rocket ship.
I have a chance to talk to Don about this sport. We both live in Aspen, Colorado, and well, I'll tell you, he's serious about it.
Popeye's Diet Coke. Looking strong right now. Owner Al Copeland, who drove to 5 offshore championships, is anxiously looking on as Chuck Norris is behind the wheel right now. Al Copeland, amazing story as a businessman, as a competitor. And Bob, you visited earlier with him.
It's frequently said that the man who ends up with the most toys wins, and the man who's sitting right here, Al Copeland, certainly is a candidate for that title. He's also won 5 national championships. Al, without being immodest, kind of go through some of these toys you have. I mean, they're staggering.
Well, it's a lot of fun to have them, I'll guarantee you. But well, let's see. We have the Popeye's jet. We have the Popeye's helicopter we call the Chicken Chopper. We have the team bus. And we have Cajun Princess, which is a 100-foot yacht that we take to all the races. We have 2 limousines. We have 3 active offshore powerboats that we can take and take a choice of which powerboat we want to have. We have several Popeye motor scooters that we run around in, and motorcycles. And we have, of course, all equipment, the trucks. We have several wave runners. We have a lot of stuff, but everybody enjoys it and everybody has a lot of fun. When I was a kid, I lived in the projects, and I started with one store. I started working, my life working as a soda jerk and for a supermarket chain, and then I went to work in a donut shop. About 17 years ago, I started my fried chicken chain, Popeye's Fried Chicken, with one store and an idea that I thought I could feed better food to the public. And today we've grown and grown and grown, and over those 17 years, we've now become the #2 largest fried chicken operation in the world. And I never want to be cocky to that. I've started from humble beginnings. I want to be rich, but I want to be humble, And I think that's important. I have a lot of things, but I don't mind talking about them, but with the idea in mind that it is because I work for them and I've achieved it and started from nothing and made it. And with that in mind, I know people don't envy that. They just want to do it themselves.
Very nice man, but his insurance company won't let him race right now because he has such great financial obligations. He isn't far away, though. He's absolutely almost on top of that boat in his helicopter.
You ever see the V-bottom Lucky Strike? Making a move on the smaller open class Superhero, the sister ship of the Superhero in the super class. In addition to the open and super classes, we've got 2 other divisions vying for national points, so we have 4 national classes on the water at the same time.
Over 50 boats. Gets a little congested out there. In addition to that, some of these spectator boats seem to be creeping in a little bit. That could be dangerous. Turn number 1 at the north end of the course, bringing up the rear. But working their way up after that bad start, Eric's Reality running faster than any of the other boats right now. Charlie Marks is the driver, the only black driver in the race. He's been very successful in business, owning a data processing company. Before each race, he takes his boat around to various schools to share the story of his success and act as an inspiration. And he just turned in the fastest lap, 116 miles per hour. Apparently, a boat has flipped on the course. Let's go to Jim for a report.
Bob, we're midway down the front straightaway where one of the Pro 2 entries, Thin Ice, has flipped. The crew is okay. Bob Beasley and Steve Skorpsky have been thrown clear. They're swimming back to their hull. One of the rescue boats and a medical chopper already on the scene. It appears from our vantage point, everything is under control.
That's good news, Jim. Once considered amongst the most dangerous forms of racing, Offshore has made some terrific strides in safety development over the last 5 years, and here's evidence of that fact. The very beginning of the Long Beach race, going into turn 1, Norman Gentry and John Connor, they hook, they fly. The danger here, of course, is getting trapped underneath at times, but they come up. It's an on-time performance for the rescue crews. Nothing but bumps and bruises. And according to Dr. Matt Houghton, OPT's safety staff has a comprehensive program that involves rescue teams, both on the water and in the air.
There are two tiers of medical rescue response. On the water, the medical rescue boats, 15 of them, all in specific locations, equipped with paramedics and advanced life support equipment. Then in the air, 3 Angel helicopters with jump paramedics equipped with all of the latest life support and personal safety devices. Our goal, a 3-minute response time to any accident scene. Complications occur in the water in about 4 minutes.
Another safety success story. We repeat, Bob Beasley and Steve Skorupski, okay.
Well, powerboat racing is a dangerous sport. Over the past 4 years, 13 crewmen have died in powerboat accidents. Superhero, the leader, but looks like it's slowing down just a little bit. Looks like it's slowing down a lot.
Bob, here comes In Excess.
And In Excess takes the lead. Amazing. It's kind of been just biding its time back there, but all of a sudden, coming all the way from 4th place up into the lead in the Superboat category. There it is, In Excess in 1st place, Superhero 2nd. Team USA, driven by Don Johnson, is 3rd. Looks like the boats are about to come right up onto the beach. And as we know, we have another race going on at the same time, the open class, and Dirty Laundry has the lead there. Special Edition in 2nd place. Thoroughbred is in 3rd place.
In the morning, in the evening.
Dirty Laundry holds onto the lead in the open class, 111-mile-per-hour average.
Dirty Laundry, Bob, currently on the north leg of the course, headed toward turn 1. Dirty Laundry had some cooling problems and other bugs that they had to work out. It's a new boat, and evidently this machinery is really holding up in this race. Here's Special Edition. John D'Elia and J.D., his son. John started racing about 8 years ago, was 2nd in the standings his first year in pro stock. Now a former national champion, he's moved into 2nd place in the standings.
And the Gentry Turbo Eagle is in big trouble, completely stopped. Let's go to Jim in the helicopter.
Bob, this is where offshore racing is unique. There are no pit stops. Repairs must be made by the onboard crew on the course with no outside assistance allowed. Tools, spare parts, and spare propellers are carried on the race boat during competition. Here's driver Bob Kaiser sitting on the stern. Errol Lanier is in the water. It appears from here they're changing a propeller. A very difficult job, but they'll have to do it if they're to continue in this race.
Bob Kaiser might be having trouble on the race course, but all is not lost. He lives a very varied life, 33 years of age from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. He plays hard and he works hard. His company manufactures a paint finishing system which is used in the automotive industry. He takes boat racing very seriously, and endurance is a major factor. He's willing to pay the price.
In any kind of motorsports, there's a lot of endurance involved. It's very hot inside the enclosed canopies, so you have to be in good shape. And I always felt that if the stronger I was, the better off I was in rough water. It gives me a better state of mind. It makes me feel more confident. It makes me push my boat to the limit. Obviously, if you're stronger, you have more endurance, and you can take more risk, which makes you go faster, and hopefully overall you get that checkered flag. Inside the enclosed canopies now, we're actually strapped into the boat like the race cars, and we're sitting on about 14-inch cushion, but nevertheless, you're taking the beating with the hull. The boat and you are one. Well, there's about 3 elements in my life. It's my family and friends, my business, and my boat racing. I love boat racing. I live to boat race. I live to race. I love the challenge, and of course, I love my family and friends, but more importantly, as far as a business aspect, is keeping myself financially secure enough to be doing these things, is my business, and it takes a lot of responsibility and a lot of time on my part. So we have to do a lot of work on the road because of our schedule with the racing, but as long as there's a telephone nearby, I can usually handle things.
And he and throttle man Errol Lanier have the boat back in the race.
Not quite back up to speed yet, but with that new prop that they got on, they'll try to get back into the competition. Here's a former Bob Kaiser boat. In fact, he won a national championship with it in 1986. It's now called Thoroughbred, a 38-foot Cougar Cat. Currently 3rd place. Sounding good with those 2 800-horsepower engines.
And the Don Q Crystal boat in 4th spot at the moment.
The Sorales brothers, brand new boat, those F-16 fighter canopies, that's the most obvious difference from this one and their last craft.
Falling back to 5th place in the open class is Stuart Hayham in his boat named Recovery. The boat is aptly named. I'm sure falling to 5th place is nothing compared to what happened to him in 1979. His is a heartwarming story. We talked to him about it earlier this week.
In the spring of that year, I was diagnosed as having a malignant tumor in my spleen. I underwent surgery in April, and right after the surgery, I was visited by a friend in high school who himself had been similarly sick 6 or 7 years earlier. He walked in, he looked terrific, and it gave me hope. It opened the door a crack, and that's what I needed. Right after that, I went through these 6 chemotherapy treatments and had the usual 2 side effects, nausea and a loss of hair. And during the first treatment, or right after the first treatment, when I spent a few hours in the bathroom, my son, sitting here, Garrett, who was 3.5 years old at the time, he toddled in, he saw my hair falling out, and I was, to put it mildly, upset. And he said, "Daddy, don't worry, it'll grow back." I guess it did. But more importantly, when I was bent over the toilet bowl, this pudgy little arm came around behind me and hugged me and said, "Daddy, don't worry, you're going to get better." And I sort of had to.
Perhaps more important than powerboat racing is his relationship with his son.
Garrett, working on this powerboat is something that the two of you have really been able to do together.
Yeah, we've been doing this since 1984, with the slogan Offshore in '84. And I just love being here. I miss school. I get to have a great time out here and be with everyone.
And you get to spend a lot of time with your dad.
Lots of time. I love being with him, and I love him.
All of Stewart's winnings go to cancer research.
In the middle of the pack, Bud Dries, driven by August Bush IV. Although this is only his first appearance on the tour, he's no stranger to boat racing.
Well, I grew up, around boats with Bernie and, the hydroplanes, and I love boating, and we've been driving for a long time. We drove the hydroplane and we started in the Pro Stock class last year. Excited to be in the open class now and maybe the super boats soon, so hopefully it's rough out there and we'll have a chance today in the V-bottom.
Referring to his good friend Bernie Little. Ambitious plans to increase the difficulty and participation of his offshore career, Bob.
Good example, though, of how the V-boats cut through the water, and the catamarans here are all over the place. And the leaders right now in the open class, Dirty Laundry has the lead, Special Edition is second, Thoroughbred is third.
And Bob, there's a real battle going on now in the super boat class. Here's a great shot of it. Team USA turning it on Don Johnson. There's the Popeyes boat with Chuck Norris at the wheel. 2 great rivals going at it right now.
And it looks like they're getting closer and closer to the shore here as some of those yachts seem to be pushing this race course in just a little bit. In Excess has the lead, Superhero second, and Team USA is third. Off Miami Beach in the super boat class, it's a battle for third place. Don Johnson, Team USA, third place. Chuck Norris in Popeyes is in fourth.
Let's go! Let's go! Okay, baby!
Bob, you can tell the adrenaline is really flowing with the Don Johnson team right here.
But Popeyes has passed them on the inside.
Right now, this is very taxing on the machinery. An $8 oil filter they did not secure at one race, and Don Johnson fell back out of contention, but they don't have that problem right now. Chuck Norris inside the cockpit, bouncing up and down now. In Excess, meanwhile, is the leader in the superboat class. They're dropping back a little bit. They're being conservative, while that great battle is going on for third and fourth.
But they look so steady as that V-boat just cuts through the waves.
Averaging 102.08 miles an hour in Excess.
The race for third place, though, continues the north end of the course. Popeye on the outside with a slight lead over Team USA.
Come on, cut it up, Don, attaboy. Come on, baby, come on, baby! I got a race going on here, all right!
The excited voices of Don Johnson, throttle man Richie Powers, and navigator Kurt Russell.
Because they did pick up some room on that turn now, and on the straightaway, Heading down the shore side, there's Popeyes on the far side. Team USA on the near side. Don Johnson very excited. He was a world champion in '88, but this is the first race of the season he has been this competitive.
Boy, they're going by some of the boats in the pro class, some of the lesser boats, some of the slower boats, I should say. Look at them just flying by.
Johnson picking up some room now on Popeyes. He wants that third place. Look at Popeyes. Oh, the machinery. Can it hold together at this pace?
Boy, this is, what would you say? This is neck to neck, isn't it?
Oh, this is great offshore racing, and what a shot of it. Look at that pounding they're taking.
Looks like Popeyes is lengthening just a little bit of its lead. Chuck Norris and Popeyes, Don Johnson, Kurt Russell, and Team USA.
Look like the throttle men are just playing with each other the way they spurt back and forth. Team USA now taking an edge on Popeyes.
Boy, what a spurt by Team USA. Richie Powers, the throttle man, really putting it to this boat. Now they're in third place.
A slower boat off to the right there as you see him blow by him. In excess, still holding the lead, Bob.
Just cutting through the water. John Garrett really has his boat under control.
He just wants to hold things together.
Don Johnson coming up now on second place, Superhero.
Superhero is not performing as well as they did earlier in the race. Look at the crowds out near the beach. They're coming awfully close. At those kind of speeds, look out. Anything can happen. Team USA, though, is looking as strong as they have all season long.
And cutting inside on the turn, Team USA. Boy, what a maneuver.
Great move against the V-bottom.
That wasn't my most favorite turn ever, but it worked.
It sure did work. They've moved into second place.
Right there, a nice gamble, but good strategy on Don Johnson's part now as Superhero currently third.
And flying on the outside, Popeyes.
Popeyes wanting to take over that third place position now. And Popeyes is holding steady.
Boy, I'll tell you, you can't accuse Chuck Norris and Don Johnson of not being brave drivers. Chuck Norris and Popeyes have moved into third place. The leader still in excess. Team USA now second. Popeyes is in third. And in the open class, Dirty Laundry has the lead. Special Edition is second. Thoroughbred in third place. We'll be back with a finish in both classes. Stay with us. In the Superboat competition, the final lap, the stretch run, In Excess has the lead. Team USA has been coming on strong. We're looking at them as they are about 16 seconds behind. Currently second place.
We are on lap 9 or completing lap 9. According to my strips, we are now on the last lap. I think we better do an extra one, don't you, Rich? Well, when we go back to start-finish, if the checkered flag is out, then it's done. Okay.
Seems to be some confusion on the Team USA boat because they don't even know what lap they're on. But certainly no confusion with our leader, In Excess, and they're going to win this competition, Art.
Outstanding strategy. They ran a near-perfect race.
And they're cruising down this final stretch at about 100 miles an hour and celebrating their victory. In Excess, Team USA is second, and Popeyes in third place. Superhero is fourth. After 3 events this year, In Excess continues to lead the national point total. Popeyes is second, Little Caesars third, and Team USA is in fourth spot.
Back on the course, the open class, finishing up Joe Marks, Dirty Laundry, dominating the race. They actually have an average speed faster than the super boats. Of course, you must remember they started after the super boats in the order. Throttleman Harold Smitty Smith from Miami. In his many, many years of racing, he's a veteran. This is his first win in his hometown. Dirty Laundry, followed by Special Edition Thoroughbred and Don Q. Crystal. Special Edition's second place finish puts them in the lead now for the national points. What a great battle shaping up. Bob's made his way now to Team USA's pits. They're still confused.
We don't know where we finished.
Yeah.
Really, seriously,
we got so busy out there. We don't know where the hell we finished. We thought, well, we may have finished second, and then we thought, well, no, I think we finished first, and now I don't know where the hell we are. All I know is we left a lot of orange paint off our helmets on that canopy.
We saw in excess. We saw us go by him. We did not see us go by him. You didn't see him go by us.
I thought that it was a lap down.
Well, guys, you seem pretty happy. I mean, it was, I guess you didn't see John go by you.
No, we didn't see him. If he did get past us, we didn't see him.
We know one thing. We didn't see Norris go by us.
You what? You didn't see Chuck. You never saw Chuck.
Actually, he did. We had a pretty good race going.
Yeah, we had a good race going with him.
It was fun.
But I guess you got to be a little more than a kickboxer. No, I'm kidding.
Good going, guys.
Lots of smiles, but Bob turns around to make his way to the pit with the checkered flag.
John, congratulations to you. It was a great race.
Oh, it was a fantastic race. I mean, if we had so much hiccuped, 3 boats would have passed us, and we really ran hard. I don't know what our average speed was, but I'm sure it was close to 90 or above.
Ralph, it looked like you kind of settled back a little bit at the beginning and then came on slowly as the race went on.
Right. We wanted to see how hard the other boats were going to run, and we just kind of took it easy and tried to stay with them at least. And then toward the end there, we kind of let it rip.
Hey, well, you know, I was talking to Don Johnson and the guys on his boat, Kurt Russell. You know, they think they won. They think they did an extra lap.
Oh, really?
They must think they're still out in Hollywood.
As we mentioned earlier, there were 2 smaller boat competitions underway at the very same time as the Super and Open classes. Here are the winners. Pro 1 results: High Risk, followed by Risky Business, Gone Again, and First Offense. In the Pro 2 results, Skater Express, Honk Attack, Great Adventure, and Misbehavin'.
Well, it was a lot of serious competition here in Miami, and the racers do charge when they're in those boats, but they have a lot of fun. Brad Ekman and Jim Hendrick, this is Bob Biatti. Goodbye, everybody.
Olympic gold medalist Bruce Jenner in